Breaking news, Graceland is being opened to the public like never before.
Yes, absolutely. Elvis was very proud of his home, and anytime guests would come in, he was more than willing to show them throughout the house.
Riley Keough, along with the Elvis Presley estate, is launching an all-day tour experience where you can live like Elvis did for a day at the mansion. Imagine riding horses and golf carts at Graceland like Elvis. That's exactly what you can do on the new public tours starting September 6th. Elvis's granddaughter became the owner of Graceland in January 2023 when her mother Lisa Marie Presley died.
I love, being involved because it's my family and I care about them.
Elvis bought Graceland in 1957. He paid $102,500 for it, which today would be equivalent to $1.1 million.
I'm going to keep Graceland as long as I possibly can.
66 years later, Riley inherited from Lisa the complete ownership of the Graceland mansion and the 14 acres of land. She also owns all of Elvis Presley's personal effects and memorabilia, awards, stage wardrobe, and cars. The new tour, called Presley for a Day, offers fans the chance to spend a whole day at Graceland, 7 hours to be exact. It offers unprecedented access to the Graceland grounds and the Elvis archives, a chance to ride the horses at Graceland, and also ride around in golf carts just like Elvis and Lisa Marie used to do. The only catch is you'll have to pay $1,500 for it. The tour will be limited to only 8 guests per day or 2 tours of 4 people at a time. The official description states that, quote, guests will be chauffeured around the Graceland property on a golf cart by their guide and treated to an outdoor tour of the mansion grounds. They will also tour the Graceland stables and take a guided walk on a horse through Graceland's front pasture. They will enjoy a high-end dinner at the newly renovated Mariah's house, which offers stunning views of Graceland's landscape from the back pasture. Mariah's house is the building that was a small stable located between the main stables and the racquetball building. This smaller stable used to house Lisa Marie's horse, Mariah. It will now be used as an outpost for the tours. After the meal, guests will go on a special after-hours tour of the Graceland mansion, with exclusive photo ops and white glove experiences. The tour is being run by Elvis Presley Enterprises, which manages the operations of Graceland as a tourist attraction and licenses Elvis merchandise. In 2005, Lisa sold 85% of Elvis Presley Enterprises, but she agreed to lend out the mansion and the memorabilia to the company, now run by Joel Weinshanker, which oversees day-to-day operations at Graceland. Today, Elvis Presley's estate is believed to be worth around $500 million. Weinshanker stated that $400 from each of these special tours will be donated to local Memphis charities, just like Elvis used to do. Will the tour get to go upstairs and see Elvis's bedroom? No, the upstairs remains off-limits to the public. As discussed in my previous video, there is a surprising reason why the upstairs is not open to tours. Watch the video to find out. But to have access to the backyard of Graceland, a sprawling 14 acres, is really a treat for any Elvis fan. When Priscilla opened Graceland back in 1982, she did so in hopes of preserving the home for Lisa Marie.
I think Lisa, at the time that she's of age, will be very happy that it's done this way. If you'll notice, there is no kind of construction going up on the grounds that's permanent. If ever she decided at the age of 25 that she wanted to maintain it as her personal home, it's for her to do just that.
But did you know that Graceland was not the first home that Elvis bought after he became famous? The first home Elvis bought was more modest, a ranch-style home on Audubon Drive in Memphis. Just a 15-minute drive from Graceland, this home was purchased by Elvis in March 1956. After moving multiple times throughout his childhood and teenage years, Elvis was finally able to purchase a home for him and his parents, Gladys and Vernon, with his recent royalties earned from his #1 hit, Heartbreak Hotel. Elvis paid $40,000 cash for the 3-bedroom, 2-bath home in this upper-middle-class neighborhood. He also added a pool in the back. The Presleys only stayed here for about a year because the constant presence of fans waiting outside the house caused problems among Elvis's neighbors. Elvis was too famous to live in a place with easy access to the public. So in May 1957, the Presleys moved to Graceland. Back in the spring of 1957, Elvis was so busy filming movies and touring that his parents went house hunting for him. They were the ones who first found Graceland and told Elvis about it. At the time, the Whitehaven area of Memphis was considered on the outskirts of town. On March 19, 1957, when Elvis arrived back from Hollywood, he made a $1,000 deposit on Graceland. On March 25, Elvis and his parents finalized the purchase of Graceland for $102,500. Elvis was 22 years old when he purchased the home and would live here for the next 20 years until his death in 1977. The 18-room house was built in 1939 in a Georgian colonial revival style. It was once part of a 500-acre farm that had been in the S.C. Keough family for generations. Ruth Brown Moore and her husband Dr. Thomas Moore built the mansion and named it after Ruth's aunt, Grace, calling it Graceland. After purchasing the home, Elvis immediately began plans for renovation. He hired an interior designer to help decorate and furnish the home. One of the first additions Elvis made was to build an Alabama fieldstone fence around the property in order to keep the fans and press at bay. Elvis fans have been writing on the wall ever since. In April, while the home was still being renovated, Elvis gave Hollywood starlet, Yvonne Lime, a tour of the grounds. A few days later, the new iron gates with a special guitar motif, which cost $1,300, were installed. These gates, of course, have become iconic. While Elvis was filming Jailhouse Rock in Hollywood, his parents moved into Graceland on May 16. At the end of May, a white baby grand piano was purchased for Graceland for the music room. Elvis finally returned from Hollywood on June 26 and spent the first night in his new home. In August, the 2 stone lions were installed near the front door of Graceland for $1,000. Elvis would have parties all the time at Graceland. That summer, the swimming pool was installed for $8,500. For a few years, Elvis had a jukebox outside by the pool. It had its own glass enclosure to protect it from any weather damage. Now is your chance to get as close as possible to experiencing Graceland in the new Presley for a day tours. I'll include a link to more information in the description below. While the tour prices to visit Graceland have obviously gone up over the years, did you know that when Graceland first opened in 1982, they only charged $5?
And we want to make it possible for them and everyone to see it. And $5 may seem, not a lot, but I think we're going to give it a try. We want to do the best for the people.
But don't worry. Even if you can't afford to take the Presley for a day tour, you can still see a lot at Graceland for under $100. Check out my Graceland tour tips video for all the info. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like this video to help this channel grow. For more fascinating facts about Elvis, pick up one of Trina Young's For Elvis books. Read a free excerpt at elvisbiography.net. Please subscribe to this channel and ring the bell for notifications of future videos. And keep watching more Elvis videos here.